Hi everyone, it is Katie, and here today I'm going to show you how to make Demon Eyes from like the show Supernatural out of a pre-made GIF. Or if you are making a GIF, you can just add this effect on. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is open up our GIF, and you want to go to Import and Video Frames to Layers. Okay, so when you look for your GIF, you're not going to be able to see it because it doesn't take in that type of file. So what you want to do is you want to type in star.star, and then all of your GIFs should show up. So we are going to click the GIF that we want to load up and click from beginning to end. Make sure that this is selected. Okay, so now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to create a new layer. Okay, and now we're gonna look for the frame that we are going to put the demon eyes on. So to show you guys, I will do it on this frame. So I'm going to want to drag the new layer that I made and make sure it is right over top of the layer that I want to edit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my polygonal lasso tool, as I already have selected, and zoom in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline his eyes. It doesn't have to be too neat because after we're done tracing it, we are going to feather the radius. So it doesn't have to be extremely neat, but I prefer to just keep it neat and take my time while doing this. Because the more time you take, the better it will look at the end. Okay, so now we're going to feather the radius. And you can feather it as much as you want, but I like to keep it low, so I'm going to feather it at 2. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to want to fill in his eyes, and you want to make sure that black is selected. And now you're going to get the bucket tool and you are going to fill in his eyes. Okay, sometimes you're going to have to fill his eyes in more than once, but as you can see right now it looks pretty good with one. So we're going to move on to the other eye, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Okay, so now as you can see, his eyes are black, but they don't look very realistic. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get the glimmer in his eye, the natural glimmer he'll have, and we're going to want to make it white so you can see it through the demon eye. Okay, so we're going to lower the opacity, and we are going to click the paintbrush tool and make sure that white is selected, and we are going to trace the white part. You're going to want to put the size of your brush down a lot so you can get in, because it'll be quite small. So I'm going to put it at 4, and now I'm going to go over the white part of his eye, just the glimmer. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom out, and I will turn the opacity all the way up. And as you can see, that looks like a demon eye. Okay, so now that we have one of our frames done, we are going to go through every single frame that we want to have this effect and do this exact same thing. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest of the frames and then I will come back to you. Okay, now you can see that I have gone through each frame and I have given them demon eyes. But what you're going to find is that for some frames, you're going to have a couple wonky layers visible and that you don't want. So for example, you can see I've already went through and fixed it, but say for 12 there was another couple layers filled in and I had black spots. I had the black eyes from different layers all over the screen. What I'd do is I'd go to the side and I'd go to those layers and I would make sure that they are checked off on invisible for that specific layer. And I would go for that specific frame, and I would go through every single frame and make sure that the only frames checked are the ones that I want to be visible in that frame. Okay, so now we are going to play through our GIF to make sure that it works fine. And as you can see, mine works just fine. So what you do now is right now, if you were doing any other edits to the GIF, you would want to do that now, and any PSDs and everything. And once you are sure that you are completely done, what you do is you would save your GIF. And as with any GIF, you would want to save it for web and devices. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to play it one more time, just to make sure it works. And it does. And now would be the time that if you want to resize your GIF, you would do that. Right here, you see? You'd resize your GIF before you save it. Okay, so I'm gonna save it. And then I'd save it here if I wanted to. And then that's it. My GIF is done.